Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
We're back with another one. We got the boy Derek in the building. We got the scariest horror movie I've ever watched. That being said, wake up.
Boy, I am up. Come on.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's check this out. Let's see what it's about, man. Let's go.
You know, I've said this before, but when it comes to horror movies, there's not too many of them that are actually scary. But recently, a new challenger has arrived. A horror movie that might be the scariest one I've ever watched. Obsession. Ooh, I'm excited to talk about this one. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over Obsession, showing you why it's not only one of my new favorite horror movies, but also one of, if not the scariest horror movie I've ever watched. So y'all know the drill. Grab your popcorn, get your stuffed animal, and try not.
Y'all cool? Y'all want to watch it? Not? Let me know. We ain't got to watch it if y'all don't want to. Let me know. Y'all cool?
Wait a minute.
That's
Everybody
one.
cool?
If y'all don't want to watch it, just
We
let
can
me
go.
know. Yes, go for it. Okay.
The movie opens with this guy at a diner confessing his feelings to something. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. The first thing I thought when I watched this, damn, he looks like Charlie Kirk. No disrespect to the actor, but tell me y'all don't see it, at least a little, just a little. I really don't know what it was. I see it way less now, but at first, I swear, I actually thought my theater got like a Kirkified version of the film or something. That was before though. Now I just think he looks like Ludwig. But this guy's name is Bear. He's an awkward, shy, seemingly nice kind of guy. And right now he's in the middle confessing his feelings to a girl named Nikki. He's telling her all this sweet stuff about how she was there for him when he came to town, how she comforted him when his grandma passed, and even how she gay. This is Ian, Bear's friend, who, if you ever seen 13 Reasons Why, Loki looks like Bryce. And if you're wondering why he was interrupting, he's actually trying to help Bear, because turns out the girl Bear was saying all this sweet stuff to isn't the Nikki girl he has a crush on. It's actually just a waitress who agreed to help him practice, which I'm not gonna lie, shout out to you. And even though she likes what Bear said and she thinks it would work with the real Nikki, Ian was not messing with it at all. He tells the waitress to leave, which I thought was messed up. Like, you're not at least gonna give her a tip or something? No. Sits down and tells Bear, look bro, you gotta stop saying all this sappy, lovey shit, okay? Nikki doesn't like that. Your dead grandma? Who gives a f? Look bro, you gotta be mean, you know. Call her one of those mean names the buddies used to call her, like Freaky Nikki. Okay, I am exaggerating the voice a little, but that's the vibe he gives off. And then he tells Bear, whatever or whenever he decides to do it, he has time. Which is true. You don't have to rush everything in life. All Bear has is time. Not his cat, though. His cat did not have time. Yeah, this movie starts us off hot, because Bear came home to his poor cat Sandy dead after he left some pills out. And tell me why this dude was low-key blaming her. How did you get into those? I don't know, you tell me, bro, you're the owner. Bear, after crying, lays in bed that night, coping the only way we know how. Doom scroll. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's stalking his crush, which is not much better. Ooh, good news for Bear is actually calling him right now. She tells him they should hang out tonight, but you know, since Bear's cat kind of just died, he tells her he can't because he just has stuff to do. And remember when I said a second ago that Bear has all the time in the world? Yeah, she tells Bear they're running out of time, and she wants to see him tonight. Oh snap, Bear, here's your chance. So probably thinking it's now or never, Bear agrees to meet up. But first, he's got to make a pit stop at this crystal shop because this girl Nikki apparently dropped her necklace down a drain. He arrives at the shop, and this is where everything changes for the movie. Because after not thinking Nikki would like these crystals he saw, which made zero sense to me, by the way, was the necklace she dropped not a crystal necklace? Isn't that the whole reason you came to a crystal store? I'm just so confused. Bear, what do you know about?
Yo, my bad. Shout out to him. Is that Imaginable? For the subs. Shout out to you for the sub. We appreciate it. Sorry we missed that. We missed that during the marble races.
This girl. Bear spots a shelf that has a bunch of toys on it. There's a magic eye one that lets you see your future, a voodoo doll, which is, I don't know. And the one that really caught Bear's attention, the One Wish Willow. A little stick in a box that promises to grant you any wish and amaze your friends. And as great as that sounds, I'm sure a lot of you knew, just like me, this could not be good. Especially after the lady working there says, don't come back wanting to die. Bear, put that shit back. So Bear buys the willow and goes to meet with his friends as promised. And I'm not gonna lie, this bar scene is low-key one of my favorite scenes of the film. I don't know if it's because it's the last wholesome scene or if it's because that's where we meet Sarah, no glaze. Or if it's because you can't tell how fake this friend group is. Yeah, Nikki's the only solid one, but I'll get to that later. But I like it. And more importantly, this bar scene is where we learn more about the girl Bear has a crush on, Nikki. And I'm not gonna lie, you can see why Bear likes her. She's funny, making fun of Bear, calling him a sissy for drinking pina coladas. She's kind, willing to pay for his and everyone else's drinks. And she gives to the homeless. You can see why Bear likes her. That's why after they leave the bar and Nikki agreed to let Bear drive her home, I was excited for Bear. You're driving her home? She just said you guys are out of time? You said tonight is the night? Bear, tonight is the night. But this car ride home was the first of the many, many frustrating scenes in this movie. Because after chatting it up the whole car ride about Nikki wanting to pursue writing, how she feels close to Bear, the gift he got her, which she didn't seem too excited about, and most surprising of all, Sarah liking Bear? Okay, I see it. Bear did not say a word to Nikki about liking her. Not a peep. His literal only attempt at flirting or shooting a shot was following Ian's advice and calling her Freaky Nikki. Which guess what? She did not like. Thanks, Ian. You were actually better off saying all that sweet stuff the girl said she liked earlier, bro. You were better off doing that. In fact, this was actually such a weak attempt by Bear. Nikki straight up asked Bear, all right, bro, let's get this over with. Do you like me or not? And here I was thinking it was over. Bear's not gonna say anything. But then she said this. Bear, this is a layup if I've ever seen one. After hearing her ask him straight up, do you like me or not? This dude Bear looks at Nikki and tells her, you know what? I'll be honest, Nikki. We're good friends. You are such a burger, bro. Look, I'm not even trying to act like I've never been scared to ask a girl out. I definitely have. I understand the nerves. I've experienced them. In high school, Bear, you are 25, 26, whatever you are, you're grown. Over here doing anime girl finger touches and trying to do the bullying risk from 5th grade? You are too grown, bro. You out here scared to answer a yes or no question you wanted to answer. What happened to all that? Tonight's the night. What happened to that? Damn, bro. You could have just gone out there, shot his shot, get rejected, you keep it stepping. Or she says yes, you keep it stepping with a smile on your face. That's it, bro. Nikki walks inside, and since we're on the topic, and this is the last time we really see Nikki, if you know what I mean, I gotta ask, do y'all think Nikki liked Bear? I low-key think she did, but I think like is a little too strong. And I'm not even saying it because
do you think she liked Bear? Y'all think she liked Bear?
Yeah, I think she did.
I'm gonna say this. Me personally, I don't think she really did. I think she knew he liked her. And so she kind of flirted with him. You know what I'm saying? Like flirted, kind of teased that, yeah, I know you like me, but you ain't gonna cross that boundary. And I'm not gonna let you, but I'll flirt with you and tease you a little bit. But I don't think she would have actually ever gave him a shot.
You don't think so?
Nah, because she fucking him free.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
He said she thought she did too. I'm talking about the stuff in the car. Like when she says if she likes someone, no one knows. Like, well, what that mean? What that mean? And also her just straight up ask him like we just saw. When he whistlers out and says no, she low-key seems a little disappointed. Is that just me or... I don't know. That's just my reaction. I'm not saying she liked him, but I think she would have at least been open to talking to Bear about it. But if I'm being honest, whether she liked him or not, doesn't matter. Because it doesn't make any of the stuff beyond this point any less messed up. After Nikki goes inside, Bear in the car, annoyed that he fumbled, grabs the gift he was supposed to give her from the back of the car. And in an effort to, I guess, like, cope.
You think she might... Kid knows from experience. How you gonna tell me when you know? See, I already gave y'all the story time, bro. I think she might have tried it. You think so?
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Oh, see, I already gave y'all the story time earlier, man.
Or something, or like a, you know, whatever kind of thing. Bear takes a stick out the box and says, I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the world. And immediately stuff starts to get weird. Nikki comes back out the house acting extremely strange. Suddenly she starts asking Bear about that gift he mentioned earlier and is eager to have him come in the house because her cat died? Huh? Your cat died too? You ain't tell us about that. Then she starts talking all weird. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Chill, Nikki, you're making me uncomfortable. She even starts having mood swings. One moment she's trying to get him out the car all excited. Next one she's like, what the fuck? Then after that she's in the car saying she's been sad because her dad has cancer, which, you know, is sad. But this girl is crying without moving a muscle. Like, you don't gotta ugly cry, but at least breathe. And while I'd love to say the weird stuff stopped there, No. Because when they instead go to Bear's house, they decide to go to Bear's house, by the way, it actually gets worse. Not immediately, though. They get inside, and at first, she does some basic weird stuff, like coming in and saying, "The house smells like you." That's not so bad. But when they're in the bedroom, that's a different story. Nikki, after apologizing for being weird earlier, invites Bear to bed, saying she doesn't want to sleep alone.
Welcome to the chat, Cyril. Welcome. Cyril Productions.
And Bear obviously agrees. So they're in bed, and y'all know what it is. Stuff starts happening. They start kissing. But out of nowhere, in the middle of their makeout session, what the f is happening? Nikki mid-kiss just...
How the fuck you jump, bro? You so shaky, bro.
What the f just happened? Nikki mid-kiss just freaked out and jumped off the bed, only to immediately get back up and act like nothing happened.
We appreciate
what was that? And see, if I'm Bear in this situation, not only am I now a little suspicious of what happened, because this girl is clearly tweaking, but more importantly, I am sleeping in the other room. Look, this girl either on something or she's seeing demons. I don't want to be a part of either. But Bear really was suspicious though. So that night he hops on Reddit looking for answers about this One Wish Willow thing. And answers he finds, but they're a bit confused. One dude says they don't work, the items are just collectibles. Another dude says it's real because his mom, who was ugly, is all of a sudden pretty. Really, a mom joke? Who wrote this, Muscle Man? And another dude says it's all a scam, and when you call the number on the back, all you get is a weird dude on the phone. This Willow thing was clearly just a toy. Nikki was just being quirky earlier. That's what it was. At least, that's what he thought. That is until the next day when Bear wakes up for work, walks into his kitchen, and sees Nikki made a shrine out of his cat.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, when I saw this, bro, did Bear throw his cat in the trash? Like, I know they showed it earlier, but I thought maybe he was just moving her or something for the burial. What kind of owner is this dude? There were signs, y'all. There were signs. But this cat shrine stuff must have sparked some suspicion in Bear again, because the second him and Nikki get to work, he immediately tells Ian everything that went down. The failed confession, the dad dying of cancer, which Ian found weird, because apparently Nikki doesn't mess with her dad. I guess things change. The freak out, all of it. Well, except the fact that he slept next to her. Why we hiding that, Bear? And after some discussion, they come to the conclusion that Nikki is off Molly. That's right. That's why she's been acting weird. It all makes sense now. It was the Molly. So to avoid that again, after work, Bear tells Nikki she cannot come over tonight. I don't need any drug addicts in my house, Nikki. But Nikki says she wasn't planning on it. I know that hurt his ego. He's probably like, yeah, okay, good. Don't pull up. But that's just what she said. That very same night though, she does the opposite. She pulled up to Bear's crib in a red dress and in some ominous lighting apologized to Bear once again for acting so weird the other night. And she straight up tells him, "I know you like me, Bear." And Bear again with this coward shit, bro. He says, "What? No. Why, do you like me?" Red dress in the middle of the night. Are you that scared to get rejected, bro? Yo, shout out the actor that plays Bear. I don't know how he does it because he seems like a cool dude in real life, but he really does make you feel how pathetic Bear is. Nikki takes charge and says she likes him, and Bear says, "Me too." So you just not gonna question this? I mean, it only happened yesterday. Don't want to get her drug tested, nothing? All right. And this leads to a montage of Bear and Nikki doing couple stuff. Because yeah, they're dating now. You know, watching movies.
Appreciate that sub, Cyril. Appreciate that sub. We appreciate y'all, man.
Movies, cooking together, did those AI couple photos people be doing. Had Sarah and Ian.
You said Bear the real villain? I ain't gonna hold you. For him to even make that wish, he should never have made that wish. Like, you wish for an obsession, bro. We don't.
And jealous, everything. They did it all. And Bear was loving his dream, his fantasy finally coming to life. But then came the dinner scene. One day while they're out on dinner date, you know, talking about stuff like Bear wanting to be a food critic, Bear gets a phone call from Ian that changes things completely. Ian tells Bear that he followed up on that whole Nikki's dad having cancer stuff. He made some calls, and turns out the dude is perfectly fine. Matter of fact, he clocked into work today. And he also tells Bear that according to Sarah, Nikki saw Bear as a brother. So this her liking him stuff is just out of nowhere. And he then says, even if Sarah was maybe jealous and made that up, this is all still so weird. And if you still don't know what's going on, here comes your answer. Bear sits down as it hits him why Nikki has been acting so strangely. And to confirm his belief, he asks Nikki if she loves him more than anyone in the world. And she says she does. And she's not just saying that, she means that. Yup, from this point on, it's confirmed that not only did that wish work, but that Bear knows that wish worked. He knows. From this point on, he knows. And if all that strange behavior from earlier was because of the wish, then that means that freak out from earlier was probably the real Nikki trying to break out. This is so messed up. I'm pretty sure everyone knew after the initial snap, but seeing it come.
So you got to think about it.
I didn't think about
you
that.
You see how freak out she?
Cause she like
she don't like that fool.
Yeah, not like that.
And so when she would ask him earlier, I'm telling y'all, she didn't like that fool.
That's crazy. That's weird.
She was like, "Do you like me?" Because what if his friend told her that he has a crush on you? That's not equivalent.
Here just hit harder. This girl Nikki hasn't been acting like herself because she literally hasn't been herself. I want y'all to understand how scary this is. I've had sleep paralysis before, and it is terrifying. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. You're laying there trapped in your mind, unable to move, thinking you'll never move again, not even a toe, nothing. You truly do feel helpless, but this is a whole different level. What she's experiencing is like 100 times worse. You're trapped in your own mind, just like paralysis, but you're having to watch your body move and do things without your permission, with a person that you never agreed to be with. This is messed up. And I guess Bear wanted to two-step verify this because he then asked Nikki if she was lying about her dad having cancer. And Nikki did not like that question, to say the least. No, don't do that. Bear starts to panic as she makes a scene. Honestly, I don't know what he's still doing there. I would have seen this. Yeah, can I get the, yeah.
Check, please.
Nikki says, why does it matter that she lied about your dad having cancer? And Bear agrees. He does not care. Then the movie immediately cuts to the most messed up scene of the film. I obviously can't show y'all because of what's happening and also Bear's butt's all up on the screen, but I will talk about it. Bro, this dude Bear is a bad guy. This is rape. Like, it's crazy.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my god, I think everything is like hitting me now.
Yeah.
That is
That's considered.
She's not in her right mind.
She ain't considered.
Her right
That's
body.
all manipulation by
nothing.
him. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He's a sick. Can't say.
He's sick. Let's just say that for sure.
He's a sick. What? That ain't gonna hit the same.
To say is, I thought Bear defenders were just rage baiters, but nah. Apparently, they're real. I just don't know how anyone can.
No, you can't say that, Corday. He ain't one. He ain't that. Corday, we got to come up with another one. See, fellow. It said that there are some men like that's true.
That is true,
though.
Pearl.
And some men that are defending him. What? Oh, duh.
Say he isn't. He literally just got confirmation this girl's under control of the wish and immediately went and took advantage of that. I call you stupid all the time, but I know you're smart enough to understand that her freak out earlier wasn't her just being quirky. It was the real her breaking out. And what's even crazier about this is, even if there wasn't a wish, let's say there was no wish here, no wish at the start of the movie at all. Bro, she's not moving. How can you feel right doing this when the other person is like this? Did you even look at her? Not to mention, let's just say there was no wish and this was just how she was. This is someone who has been acting extremely strange lately, was just popping Molly and seeing things, and she was lying about her dad dying. Wouldn't you want to get her mentally evaluated? This isn't normal, bro. You're a bad dude. And it's even more insane because this was only the start of Bear not only doing messed up stuff, but allowing messed up stuff that literally scares him to slide just because he can't let go of the idea of having Nikki. Later that night, Bear wakes up to Nikki not in bed with him. What, she went to get water?
Go back to sleep.
Oh, hell no. This girl Nikki was just in the corner of Bear's dark ass room, wearing his sweater, staring at him sleep. There were people online saying goals to this. This is not goals. Y'all, this scared the fucking shit out of me when I was watching.
Crazy.
I have never clenched so hard while watching the film. I was scared, wishing I could just talk to her through the screen. Nikki, just get your ass back into bed. Please. This movie had been subtle with the horror for a while, but after the dinner scene, These dudes did not hold back. Bear tries to tell her to just come back to sleep, but Nikki just starts crying, says she doesn't like her dreams, and saying she feels like Bear doesn't love her as much as she loves him. You are definitely right, but what's happening to your face, girl? Bear says no, he does love her the same, and I guess that was enough for Nikki to tell him to just go back to sleep.
What? Did you...
Why don't you love me?
Holy fuck. Nikki disappears from the room and comes back with a vase of flowers
Don't
in front of
be
her
scared
face,
now.
moving all sideways. But she says they're for Sandy. Oh my goodness, my heart was racing not knowing what this girl's about to do with flowers. Like, I know they're just flowers, but I don't know. And after all that, Bear was
after
still
all
cool with
that-
just thugging it out. Even the next day, when he wakes up with
It's his
less
fault.
hair because Nikki cuts him off, he doesn't care. Or when he's heading to work and sees she duct taped the entire door so she could try and make him stay home. He does not care. One of the only times we see him care a little, and I mean like just a little, as in like show a reaction that makes you think, you know, he might want to end it here, is when while he's at work with my goat, Sarah, you know, getting along with her very well, very well, which I'm gonna get into later, not now. I have my thoughts on this later. We see Nikki pack the lunch for him, and it's, ooh, a sandwich. I like sandwiches. Bear starts busting it down as him and Sarah talk about her college applications, and he was really enjoying it, getting audible with it and everything.
Man, why the fuck would he eat the food, bro? He like, oh, my girl made this, you know, she loves me.
Maybe he didn't like.
Took a hefty bite. Nikki did her thing. Is that? And you know he's white.
He said, get you Burger King? Oh, you nasty. I had to eat it the other day. That's the only, come on now. There wasn't no options.
Like Burger King.
Not like that. It ain't even, no.
That
It's a real
salt?
Burger King,
It
baby.
was not salt. Sarah, after saying Bear's upper lip stinks a bit, reads a cute poster that Nikki had left on the lunchbox for him that says, "What's the verdict on Cat?" The verdict on Cat? No, don't do that. Bear was eating Sandy. This happened and my whole theater said ew at the same time, like some Disney Channel sound, bro. I swear. Bro, that is disgusting though, bro. Poor Sandy too, man. She's probably looking down from
Poor
Cat Heaven
Sandy.
pissed, thrown in the trash by her owner, turned into a sandwich,
What you
and a
said?
pathetic one at that. What this sandwich got? What we working with? A leaf of lettuce and one tomato slice? That's all we could whip up for little old Sandy? No cheese, you can't even toast the bread, nothing? And even crazier, you know what this means? Bear threw her back in the trash again. How else would Nikki have gotten access to her? How? Maybe she dug it up, maybe. But seeing how Bear acts after that little ritual scene, he was probably just like, just put her back in. Bear pukes and doesn't tell Sarah a thing, by the way, which is a trend that continues throughout the film. Bear, no matter how messed up stuff gets, doesn't tell anyone anything because he doesn't want them messing up whatever he got going on.
That's
You're sick, bro.
crazy.
Even in the car right after work with Ian, he doesn't say a thing. And Ian points out once again how weird this all is. And he says straight up, he feels like Bear is taking advantage of her. Bear gets hella defensive and Ian says to prove it. Tonight he's hosting a boys' night. And if this really is some normal non-codependency stuff, she'll let you pull up alone. And Bear says, I bet. So when he parks up in front of his crib, this dude starts practicing how he's gonna tell her, one, that she can't cook the cat. Probably the first time in history that line's ever been practiced, bro. And of course, that he's going to the boys' night alone. Okay, now that one's definitely been practiced before. But before he could go in the crib, Bear hears the willow he broke earlier do his little jingle. So he grabs the box and decides to call the customer service to, I guess, two-step verify again. Someone picks up, and it must have been that weird dude that guy on Threaded was talking about, because this guy is so chill that it's almost odd. Yo. What's up? Did I call the wrong number? The guy confirms to Bear that the wish is in fact real. So now we got double confirmation. So if Bear was 100% sure, he is now 1,000% sure that she's under control of the wish. Keep that in mind for this next part. The guy on the phone says he's customer service, asks Bear if he would like to cancel his wish. And not knowing everything he knows, which I think Bear says, can I just alter it? He asked to alter the wish instead
I'm
of
canceling
cancel.
mine. Well, first of all, I want one.
Your first thought is to change it? How can you say you love this girl, bro? How? You had the option to set her free and end all this weird moving at night cat sandwich madness, and you said, no, let's just tone it down a bit. This ain't love, bro. This ain't love.
It's not.
Aventura has a song about this. The guy tells him no, he cannot alter it, and so Bear says he would like to cancel instead. Yeah, no, right? But the guy tells him they don't do that either. And the only way to stop the wish from continuing is for him or Nikki to die.
Ooh.
Yup. Also telling him it looks like he has a moral obligation to be there for her. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Forget the moral obligation. If you're not gonna do it to yourself, which I know you won't, either kill her or just skip town, because you cannot continue to do this, especially after what comes next. Bear asked the guy on the phone about those freakouts Nikki be having, and he asked Bear if he wants to speak to her. Then we hear the real Nikki screaming on the other side of the phone, sounding like she's being tortured. This scene genuinely just gave me chills, bro. Ugh, bro. Literally telling Bear straight up, Nikki is suffering, and the longer this little romance fantasy he has continues to go on, she will continue to suffer. And I was hoping this would be it. I was hoping after this, Bear would just break away or at least plan to do something to try and fix this. But no, turns out the guy that was too scared to answer a yes or no question earlier is too scared to do anything about this. Bear goes into his crib to find Nikki covered in damn near everything a human can secrete, bro. Yeah, she stood there in the same spot waiting for Bear to come home, just letting it fly. And by the looks of it, she might have ate some of it, which caused her to puke it up. Ugh, this poor girl. Nikki goes to freshen up, and just like he practiced in the car, he tells her, as if he's talking to like a kid or a pet or something, Nikki, we don't cook the cat. I am very upset at you. Yeah, that'll do it. Nikki just says, okay. But then Bear brings up the other thing he practiced in his car. Yeah, so Ian's hosting the boys. Yo, that was funny. But you know the scary part about this scene is there's people in real life who have to deal with a boyfriend or girlfriend who's just like this. Like motherfuckers who you tell them, hey babe, so my friends wanted to. Nikki says she heard Sarah's going to, and in fear of, I don't know, dirtying the rug again or gaining control of her body and leaving him, he takes her anyway. And even in a public setting, this stuff does not get any better. Nikki continues with the strange antics, laughing extra hard at jokes, reading this dark ass passage about Hansel and Gretel that one tells us Nikki definitely thinks this is wrong because Hansel and Gretel are siblings. So again, ties back.
I thought this was just like a bro thing. So why couldn't she come? If other like girls and stuff was gonna be there.
You don't want to be around this obsessed ass little motherfucker, bro. Like damn, I'm trying to get a little breathing room. So you that tight? You want to go everywhere?
No. That's not. I'm just thinking it was gonna be all guys.
Okay. Oh, see, like, let me know if y'all gonna have some.
You twisted my words.
That's what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying he was like it's the bro. I didn't think no girls was gonna be there. I just thought it was gonna be the guys.
So you found out it was a girl gonna be there. Now you got a problem with it.
No, that's all I'm saying.
She said, you ain't let me know that bitch was gonna be there.
You not.
You know you like the little ugly motherfuckers. You should have told me.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be there. Don't worry about it. Bringing my ass down there as soon as possible. See on that type of time.
No,
y'all.
That's not what I'm saying.
Y'all see. Yes, it is.
You know what?
One tells us Nikki definitely thinks this is wrong because Hansel and Gretel are siblings. So again, ties back to that thing Sarah said that she saw Bear as family. And two, freaks everyone the out. Look at the black dude in the back, bro. And the last thing she does is either one of the most odd things she does or one of the funniest things she does, like it was to me. When Bear gets one of those Dare Jenga blocks, you know, the ones that they drink or dare, that tells him to kiss the person to his left. And as you can imagine, Nikki was not too happy about that. So she walks behind Sarah, drags her back by her chair, and sits next to Bear herself and puckers up. Yo, this had me dying, bro. Look at the black dude. That joy ain't last long. Because after Nikki does this, she has another moment of the real Nikki breaking out, screaming that this isn't her. And this time, she starts smashing a bottle on her face. And you wanna know what Bear does? He just sits there.
Oh, he a bitch.
Like, I don't expect
you a hoe ass nigga.
Expect him to murk her or himself in front of all these people, but at least try and stop her from hurting herself, right? Bro. You are such a bitch. After this, Bear takes Nikki to the hospital, but I guess they decide not to take her. I don't know if it's just me, but I found it a little messed up that none of her friends went with them to the hospital. Like, my friend can have diarrhea, but if you gotta go to emergency, we go into emergency. I'll just put a towel on the seat. I don't know. It's just strange to me. Bear and Nikki get home, and this when Bear just starts straight up telling Magic Nikki if she can just be normal and act like regular Nikki. And he starts asking if the real Nikki is happy. My guy, you just heard the phone call, which Magic Nikki just responds with, of course, I'm your freaky Nikki. Bear did not like that, and Nikki just starts crying, saying that she can be Nikki. She can. Yo, this part just made me feel bad for Wish Nikki too, because she's not a demon like people were guessing. I don't know what she is, but she was created to love someone more than anyone in the world, and she has feelings. Again, crazy ones, but she does have feelings. Ones that Bear can never match no matter what. He doesn't love her more than anyone in the world. He doesn't love her, period. He didn't even love the real Nikki. If he did, would this be happening? Just let it go. But yeah, my point is, in a way, this is torture for Magic Nikki too. Bear, of course, can't bring himself to at least try and call this off. And as he's saying that he loves her, Nikki just... I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it was, but that was probably the most unsettling scene in the film to me. Something about that like backward stop motion. Ugh, I'm good. And then she had the gall to tell us not to be scared, only to pump fake us right after. Oh, back up, bro. It's either this scene or the one that comes a little after this. Bear, freaked out by this, says, "Nikki, you're scaring me." But Nikki tells Bear she won't hurt him, but if he doesn't stay, she'll murk herself. Nice. Love when they threaten to do that. So Bear stays with her that night, and of course it continues, because in actually one of the most tense scenes in the movie, while Nikki is sleeping, Bear is texting Sarah right next to her.
Boy. Idiot, bro. Why don't the demon game end? Oh, bro, at this point, bro, he deserves whatever happens to him.
That's what Pearl
Bro,
said.
even if this wasn't a girl who might feed you your own foot if she caught you, this would still be scary. I'm watching this. Bear, not only is this dangerous, but bro, you have a girl. The way Sarah is texting right now does not seem innocent at all. 2:43 a.m. saying, "I need to tell you something. Multiple things. ... What do those dots mean?" Bear tries to tell her he can't see her right now, but Sarah says if he don't pull up to the park, she just gonna come over. Sarah, my girl, what are you on? Why you ain't push up on him like this pre-wish, bro? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. So Bear gets up to leave, but before he can exit the room, he hears Nikki say his name. And just like Bear, when I heard this, my heart sank. Just grabbing some water, dear. But this wasn't Wish Nikki ready to freak out and press him. This was the real Nikki talking while the other Nikki is asleep and begging Bear to kill her. Yo, this deadass broke my heart when I first seen it. You know what it is for someone to ask to be put down? You know how much they gotta be suffering? And what Bear says to Nikki as a response is the reason I thought this whole Bear being defended shit was just rage bait or fabricated. Because what he responds with is so blatantly messed up and selfish that I don't know how you can think he's not the villain. After hearing Nikki ask to be put down, Bear asks Nikki, "What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?"
Oh my God. This is not about you.
What's so bad about being with me?
Bitch.
What's so bad about being with me? What's so bad about being with me?
Yo.
What's so bad about being with
Nigga, yo.
The anger I felt when he said this. Motherfucker, she has never been with you. Stop playing dumb, bro. I hate when people play dumb. This isn't about you. You think this is about how good of a boyfriend you'd be? No, motherfucker. The girl is pretty much living in hell because of you and is asking you to literally murk her. And the first thing that comes to your mind is, but I'm a nice guy. Man, f you, Bear. Guys, if you're gonna consider yourself a nice guy, you gotta actually be nice.
A nice guy.
Meaning doing stuff without expecting anything in return. Do you want to be like those dudes at the mall who offer to clean your shoes only to tell you to spray after? No, you don't want to be like that. That's not kindness, bro. That hurts. Like, I thought that first wash was genuine, bro. Be kind, y'all. And to make this even more messed up, on top of somehow making the situation about himself, this dude doesn't even do her the favor of putting her out her misery. He just walks out while she's begging, crying, pleading for him to end it. Actually a monster, bro. And to think Nikki said you were her comfort person, bro. Bear finally meets up with Sarah at the park, and just by the way they had this shot, I knew something messed up was about to go down. Sarah tells Bear several things in this little late night chat. First, she says the stuff with Nikki is weird. It's weird AF. But she doesn't say it's weird because Bear's taking advantage of her. No. She says she feels like Nikki is taking advantage of him. Huh? Sarah, I'm gonna cut you some slack because you don't know the whole situation, but I know your game. This is still Dirty Mac of Doom, bro. This is your friend's boyfriend. Right. And Bear, you being enticed by this? I'm gonna get to you in a second. Sarah also tells Bear that she got her last college letter and wants to open it with him to see if she got in. And then she tells him something that also led me to feel a great deal of frustration. Sarah tells Bear, since Ian's been wanting to spill all my business, I think I should tell you that Ian and Nikki have been banging for the last 2 years. Ooh, Ian, I'ma get to you too. I'ma get to you. But this isn't over. Sarah, trying to turn up the heat, I guess, says it's a shame. If only Bear had someone more chill. You're really going for it, huh, Sarah? Then reminds Bear that she was to his left at the party. Bear says, what? Then she says, to your left. At the party. You were supposed to kiss me. Then, out of nowhere, Nikki breaks through the window and straight up destroys Sarah's dome by smashing her head against the brake on the steering wheel. What the?
And that nigga just said
Yo,
that.
this scene messed me
Dumbass
up
bitch.
when I first saw it. It wasn't even the actual head smashing that got me. Like, the kill was shocking, don't get me wrong. The brutality of it, the little car beats with every hit, ugh. Thank God I watched
he's
the
not
movie with
doing
my
anything.
mom. I had
This
a
was
hand to it.
crazy.
But the freaking tension before that? My goodness, I think I peed a little from all the clenching. Cause you knew something was about to happen. You just knew. I swear, the first time I watched it, I was so scared.
He
I
is
didn't even
a
know what they
coward.
said. I swear, all I heard was blah, 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 blah. You were supposed to kiss me. But this scene, for as scary as it is, was another scene that made me so mad. Cause it's just another example of how stupid.
What he's gonna do, he could have stopped the shit.
Something.
He ain't even had to make the wish in the fucking first place. You got this chick, you got Sarah who's been crushing on you. She actually does have a crush on your punk ass.
Berries. Let's say he actually asked
Look,
Nikki out earlier and got
mother-
rejected and moved on. He could have potentially just been with Sarah, you know, someone who actually likes him. Like, it's not up to debate. We know she likes him. And
Yeah.
it just seems like he knows her better. Like, I know we don't get much screen time with the real Nikki, but he didn't even know that she don't mess with her dad. It's just frustrating, bro. All this stuff could have been
fresh.
avoided if he just moved on or shot his shot. Or if Ian just told Bear him and Nikki had stuff going on. Yeah, Ian, I'm on you now. Do y'all think if Bear knew Nikki and Ian were getting down for 2 years, he still would have approached? Maybe.
Hell no, because he still
Maybe,
had.
but maybe not.
No, he still would have approached. Reason why he still had a super crush on.
Yeah, he would have tried.
Because honestly, he's the one with the obsession, not her. He is 100% obsessed with Nikki to the point where he like, man, no matter what, I'm going to make you mine. No matter what. Because he's dead obsessed.
But most likely not. So if Ian had just told him instead of doing all this weird, let me help you, bro, shit, this could have all been avoided. Do y'all see what I meant earlier when I was talking about this friend group's dynamics? These dudes are fake. It's all fugazi. Bear likes Nikki. Sarah likes Bear. Nikki might like Bear again, depending on how you interpret the car scene. And Ian and Nikki have been for 2 years. That's 24 months. And I'm sure y'all know this. You don't do that with your homies. These dudes are not friends. You could go up to this friend group and try and explain what platonic means, and they just gonna be like, what? Friends without or some weird love triangle thing? What? But yeah, this brick scene was messed up. Makes it more messed up that Nikki starts hugging Bear after, telling him, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. I mean, she ain't wrong, but damn, that's creepy. And even more messed up than that, and actually very sad, is that after helping Nikki,
You say he gives Adam 22 vibes? No, because he's more obsessed. Nah, he don't even get attitude. He more pussy than he is. Because honestly, he couldn't even sit there and fathom watch Nikki get by another dude.
dispose of the body and her telling him to go home, which I found strange when I was watching. Like, I know he's distraught, but if I'm Bear, I'm questioning that. Normally, you want to be all over me, but now, all of a sudden, you want me to go home? Was it something I said? We see Bear at some random spot in his car, taking in everything that just happened. And remember that letter him and Sarah were going to open in the car?
Yeah.
Well, Bear opens it, and she got accepted.
Oh.
This was so heartbreaking, bro, and I knew it was going to happen, too. The second I seen that letter, I fucking hate you, Bear. Bear at this point, finally,
He's a horrible person.
decides he has to find a way to stop this. Not the cat shrine or the cat sandwich, not the realizing she's trapped or smashing the bottle on her head. No, it took someone having to die for him to at least look for a way to stop this. You're really one of a kind, Bear. And since he can't cancel the wish like we found out earlier, he decides to go to the place he got the willow for answers, the crystal shop. But when he gets in and starts looking for them, they're gone. And even when he goes to the store clerk, it's first of all, not the lady from the other day, it's his older dude now. And second of all, the dude tells him one wish willows don't exist. I'm just good with you, they're right there. I'm not gonna lie, this part had me dying when I first watched it. Cause this dude is so chill compared to everything we just saw in the last hour and a half. Bear's flipping out and crying. How could you sell this to people? Whoa, don't come in here with all this negative energy, man. The box had warnings. Priceless. I love this dude. And it made it even better that he's actually useful. He gives Bear 2 solutions for his wish situation.
Okay.
You can either tell someone to make a wish that goes against yours and get it undone, or you can yourself. And of course we know which option Bear's going with, which is actually, finally, a good decision. You undo the wish completely, you know, on some, I wish Bear never made that wish. Boom, reverse time, we back in the car, Sarah alive, Nikki free, Bear still a loser. Everything back to normal. It's a great idea. And honestly, hard to mess up. It's a great idea. But the way Bear goes about it is so freaking stupid. Like, this dude did not know what he was doing. First, he hops in the car and tries to break a Willow himself, even though the guy pretty much just told him, he can't do that, you can't do that. But I was like, it's fine, I get it. Desperation, just wanted to see if it would work. But then I see him go to Ian's house, which, you know, makes sense. That's your friend, but let me know if I'm tripping. If you just need a quick one and done, do you have to ask your best friend? Do you have to? Why would he go to Ian's? This isn't a true love's kiss situation where it has to be the right person to do it. We're talking about saying a sentence and breaking a stick, bro. Find any able-bodied person within a 2-mile radius, give them a script, $15, and maybe a joint, and your problem is solved, bro. Is it not that easy? Is it not that easy? We can make it even easier, too. Because I'm not going to act like if someone came up to me and told me to break a stick, I wouldn't think it's some voodoo stuff. I definitely would. I definitely would. And if that's the case and Bear's worried he might run into a person like that, bro, just find a crackhead. Like, are we on a time constraint? Is the world ending? Does Nikki have nuclear codes? You know, she's probably just at home, standing in the same spot, just dropping number 1s and 2s and 5s on herself, bruh. There's no rush. So just go drive around till you spot a homeless dude, give them a stick, and you know what? You're gonna even save yourself some money. $15 is overkill, bro. Offer them $5. I promise you they're not gonna question a thing. Voodoo gonna be the last thing on his mind. But yeah, I got off topic. Bear arrives at Ian's and starts telling him everything. How Nikki's under control of the wish, how he knows they were hooking up for 2 years. And you know Ian, dude, I can't believe you just brought that up right now. This dude is ridiculous, bro. Bear tells him, that's not the fucking point. Just grant the wish. I just need you to say, I wish for $1 billion. Yo, this was one of, if not the most conflicting moment in the movie. On one hand, I was worried. This means Nikki is still trapped, and Bear might be out of options to try and fix this.
Everybody horrible.
But look at Bear's face! Consequences ain't easy, huh? Alright, jokes aside, this dude Ian is a horrible friend. The fact that he didn't have the balls to tell Bear him and Nikki had stuff going on is one thing. But hiding that while at the same time trying to encourage him to go after her? What is wrong with you? And it really does put into question everything this dude was doing before. It feels like he was trying to sabotage him. And I mean, we should have known. Telling him to call her what the bullies called her? When has that ever worked, bro? You trying to bag the girl that had braces? Hey, what up, Gap Tooth bitch? Like, whoa, why would that work? This dude was sabotaging, bro. And that's not even mentioned in this situation. You see your homeboy covered in blood, just begging you to grant a wish, and you gonna start trolling? I pray your friend like Ian never found me, bro. Bear with one more idea to stop this returns home to try and get Nikki to grant the wish for him. And she made a shrine for him. Okay. Yo, even though this was taking place during the day, this house scene had me all the way f***ed up. Coming home to the satanic ass shrine and holy f***, look at her. Bear calling out for Nikki, still doesn't spot her, but instead he sees Sarah's corpse completely naked with nothing but her jacket on. And if you're wondering where her clothes at, when Bear turns around, he sees Nikki wearing them like Sarah would, with drawn on tattoos just like the one Sarah had, and smoking a cig just like Sarah did. Alright, y'all, I think this is getting a little obsessive now. She starts screaming at Bear, why don't you love me? And this is where stuff just gets chaotic. Nikki in her frustration, and I guess in an attempt to be more like Sarah, hits herself with that brick from earlier. What the fuck? And starts telling Bear all this weird stuff. I want to be in your skin. I want to smell like you. Why don't you love me? Then the real Nikki will break out. Stop! And at the same time, while all this stuff is going on, Ian's at the door talking about some, dude, Bear, open up. I want like $1 billion, dude. Open up. This dude is not real, bro. Nikki threatening to murk herself instead pops Ian. That shit scared me. And tells Bear, I'll shove the barrel on my pussy. I'm watching this in my chair, terrified, disgusted, and extremely entertained. Bear tells Nikki, I love you! And I can only imagine how scared the real Nikki was hearing the wish Nikki say, we're gonna be together.
Nah, nigga, you had $1 billion and your ass ain't got it no more because you couldn't do my wish. Nigga, I had another wish.
Like, right.
Now you got $1 billion and it's just there. You see how your punk ass, you screwed me over for how long? And now look at you.
Now look at you.
Dead.
Okay.
Together forever. Yeah, babe. Endeavor. Endeavor. Oh, hell no. Bear at this point assumes this wish stuff ain't gonna work. So thinking he only has one choice left, he goes to the bathroom, which Nikki was not too happy about, and proceeds to aim the blick she had at himself, finally ready to put an end to this. But he wasn't out. Not completely though. Instead, he grabbed some pills. The same pills poor little Sandy got a hold of earlier before she got turned to that sandwich, and says this will do.
True,
and
Pearl.
seeing
You
him
wanted
sitting there
this.
like that, knowing what he was about to do, all I could really think was, damn. He really does look like Charlie. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not, but you know. But seriously, I was thinking how this scene is supposed to be him like self-sacrificing, you know, finally being noble. But to me, choosing to do it now is low-key selfish. Like, it's the right thing to do for sure, because you're freeing Nikki, but come on, y'all. Ain't that a little convenient? Two that buys in his crib and his fingerprints on the weapon, and now he's all, this isn't right. I have to free her. Come on, bro. We know why you doing it. So yeah, Bear takes the pills, and as noble as this moment may have seemed, Bear managed to ruin it immediately. When instead of seeing it through and willingly freeing Nikki, he wusses out again.
Oh my
Yo, you are such a...
Oh.
But before he can spit them back up, we hear a snap, and suddenly, Bear is super happy to see Nikki. Yup, Nikki used the willow to make Bear love her as much as she loved him. And it clearly worked. Look at these two. They share a one-wish willow kiss, and the movie ends with Bear dying, because remember y'all, he's still down those pills. They ain't just disappeared. And wish Nikki crying until the real Nikki breaks out, who also begins crying, realizing all the f***ed up Bear did and made her do. And maybe even realizing she's never getting out of prison. Come on, man. She was the only solid one in her group, and this is what she gets? Man, free Nikki.
What?
I hope this video made y'all understand why I like this movie so much, and why it scared me crazy. Like, it's not even the watching someone sleep at night, or the backwards walking, or even the cat sandwich. All that stuff was scary, but the scariest part is how selfish that dude Bear is. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. That bedroom scene was crazy. Comment down below the part that scared you the most. Shout out to everyone behind this movie. Y'all did great. Even Sandy, bro. Shout out to you. And moral of the story?
I should have Sandy.
70K likes and I'll use my willow.
Even him taking the pills was only due to selfishness, bro.
Yeah.
It's because you got tired of it. It wasn't to set her free. It was you were trying to set yourself free.
Set yourself free.
How
Yo.
weird is that, bro?
That was a lot. You do have weird people. I mean, not to like, I guess, well, no. Just in a different, you do. Yeah, that was a lot, y'all.
Hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts in the comments for us down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kidding.
We out.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar.